Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports WNBA picks and predictions for Monday, August 11th, 2025. We're looking at the only game of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, so I don't want to say this was the most frustrating day in the WNBA so far this season, because in terms of record-wise, 6-7 is not even close to the worst we have done. But in terms of how the games actually played out, it probably was the most frustrating. Just granted, as we saw every single dog cover. Also, wait, did every single dog cover? Oh yeah, the Mystics were a dog. Duh. Anyway, I bet on two teams that are favorites that I think have a legitimate chance to win the WNBA championship. Neither of them did anything. Liberty, you could be on the ban list. More specifically, Sabrina, but you're not because somebody else got added to the ban list. Mercury, more specifically, Satu Sabli and Kalia Copper, that was probably the worst combined performance I've seen from you in the entire year. They combined to go 6 of 26. Those are your second and third best players on the team. 6 of 26 in a must-win home game against another championship hopeful who got two of their starters back, Ryan Howard and Brittany Griner, but they only played 29 minutes combined, and Ryan Howard went 0 of 7 from the field. And you still lost at home by 8 points. I don't know how you do that. All right, well, first addressed who got added to the ban list. That is one of the referees from the Mystics game in the Wings. His name is Ryan Cesario or something. I Googled it, and it popped up, and that is him. We broke WNBA records tonight in the Washington Mystics and Dallas Wings game. It is a 40-minute game of basketball. 4-0, 8 minutes fewer than the NBA. There were 54 fouls called. 54 in a 40-minute game of basketball. I don't even know how that is possible. If you were to translate that to an NBA game, the math comes out to 67.5 fouls. We'll round it up. 68 fouls in an NBA game. Can you imagine watching an NBA game and seeing that many whistles? No chance. In total in that game, there were 55 free throws shot. 55 in a 40-minute basketball game. Don't even know how that's possible. You had 4 players foul out completely. Just obscene. Oh, wait, actually, no, it wasn't 4. I think it was just 2. I lied. You had 2 players foul out. Just gross levels. All right, I'm going to recap this real quick. Then we'll get on to the only game for tomorrow. Let's go. First game, we took the Mystics plus 2.5. It looked pretty ugly early on. They were down 5 points in the first quarter. They were down 11 points at halftime. Then I don't know what the halftime speech was like, but it must have been really good. They win the third quarter 33-17. They win the fourth quarter 28-20. The game goes over as they scored 169 points. But the only reason it went over is because, again, there was 54 fouls called this game. Shout out, Kiki Ariafen, double-double, 23-10. Sonia Citron, 18-5. Steph Dolson, 14-4. She was in the starting unit. Shakira Austin did not end up suiting up. She was a early game scratch. Anyway, did not play because of her leg. That's the important part. You had Engsler off the bench, drop 11-4-3. I don't think anyone saw that one coming. And then Alicia Clark, 38-year-old, oldest person in the league, dropped 9-3. For Dallas, it was basically Paige versus everyone else. 17-3-3. One thing I don't understand, Paige only shot the ball 9 times. I don't know why it's taking her this long to realize she is their only offensive threat. Yes, you have Arike Gumbawale, but I think Paige is starting to realize she's horrible at basketball. Arike, 4 of 10 from the field, with 3 turnovers and 5 personal fouls. Another non-50%. Grace Berger, the person they keep on signing and then dropping and then re-signing, 0 of 5 from the field. This Dallas team is very bad. Next game, Sparks plus 3.5, over 171.5. This game started about as poorly as it could have. The Sparks at one point were down 20-5 in the first quarter with about a minute and a half left. They then rattled off 9 points in a row. They end up winning the game 94-91. Their point scores go 14, 32, 22, 26. Just unreal how a team can go so bad to so good at the drop of a hat. This Storm team, that is now 6 losses in a row. They are back to 500 on the season. 500. And it does not get any easier. Their next 3 games, brutal. You go Dream again, Mercury. They could legitimately be 3 games under 500 and on the outside of the playoffs looking in. That is tough. Sparks win the game by 3. The over hits by a million. Kelsey Plum, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. And to even dog on the Storm even more, you got 27 points from Brittany Sykes. 27. And you still can't get the win. Gabby Williams only scores 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Ezzy only played 15 minutes because then you brought in Dominique Malonga, who drops 20 points and 11 boards. Dominique does give you a lot offensively, but I think it's defensively the problem. She's only 19. She hasn't played a ton of high-level professional ball. And you just saw Derek Hamby and Azurá Stevens absolutely work her down low. So I think that is the biggest problem with Dominique. Athletically, she's a freak. She's just too young and doesn't understand how to play the correct form of defense yet. All right, next thing we went on was Alyssa Thomas PRA over 31.5. Even though the Mercury played probably their worst game in the entire season, you can assure the fact that Alyssa Thomas will get hers. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. That totals 34 PRA. I don't know why they keep making this line so low. She hits it every single game. Then finally, final game of the night. This was a must-have for me, or else this would have been real bad. We could have been 4-9 if this one would have gone south. Thankfully, it does not go south. Connecticut Sun plus 12.5, check. Over 166.5, check. Final score of the game, Connecticut 86. Las Vegas Aces, 94. Asia Wilson put up a 30-20 game. 32 points, 20 boards. Not sure how many times that's been done in the WNBA, but it can't be a lot. Then you have Marina Mabry drop 22 points for the Sun. Sanaya Rivers dropped 17. Everyone else was just kind of ho-hum. Jewel Lloyd, 21, 4, and 6. A nothing performance from Jackie Kirsten Bell or Chelsea Gray. Everyone else is kind of average. So that is the winners. Now we'll get on to the losers. First game, one of the 2 most frustrating. Liberty minus 4.5, over 164.5. I don't even know where to start with this team. You are playing the Lynx, who don't have Nafisa Collier, and you still lose at home. 12:30 matinee game. What are you doing? How are you losing this? Like, yes, you don't have Stewie. Okay, that cancels out with Fee. You're looking at the rest of your roster. The skill disparity is insane. The only real stars they have, Courtney Williams, she's good. Kayla McBride started off the game hot. She then couldn't hit water from a boat. And then it's Jess Shepard, Alana Smith, and Heidemann off the bench. How are you losing this game? Final score, Minnesota Lynx 83, New York Liberty 71. The most jarring stat to me, besides the fact that the Liberty could not shoot a 3, New York had 20 turnovers, 2-0. And it wasn't even just one person. It was their entire team. Let's see. Let me run through the numbers real quick. Emma Miesemann, 4. Febich, 2. Jonquel, 3. Natasha Cloud, 2. Sabrina, 4. Izzy Harrison off the bench, 2. Izzy, you're only playing 12 minutes a game, and you're a forward. How are you turning the ball over twice in 12 minutes? Like, this is why you don't touch the court. Another jarring problem. Is Sabrina Ionescu bad? That is a genuine question. 4 of 15 from the field today, 0 of 6 from deep. And it's not even the fact that she was 0 of 6 from behind the line. I understand sometimes you have rough games. It was the shot selection that was just absolutely egregiously bad. There was about 6 minutes left in the game. Liberty were down, I think, 9. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. She's at the top of the key, probably like 5 feet behind the three-point line, and she just hucks the thing at the rim. Sandy on the bench, you could see, was visibly frustrated. There's no reason for Sabrina to play hero ball trying to recover the lead herself. Sabrina, you can't shoot the ball. On the season, Sabrina is 30% from deep, just barely above 40% from the field. Like, you're not good enough. You're not Caitlin Clark from deep. You can't get her done like that. I don't like the way this Liberty team is playing. I was real close to putting them on the ban list, but I can't because they play this this Lynx team 3 more times in the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to have to bet them again. It's going to be very painful. Next game, we had the under in the Wings game. We already discussed that. 54 fouls called. There's no chance you're hitting an under when both teams shoot a combined 55 free throws. So that was dead. Then you have the most frustrating game. Mercury minus 4.5 over 164.5. I don't know what this Mercury's team is doing. Some nights they look unbeatable. Other nights they look like they could get beat by a Division II women's basketball team. Alyssa Thomas was the only one who actually played good. Well, actually, and her fiance, Deanna Bonner, 16 points, 4 minutes, 4 boards, 1 assist, 4 of 8 from the field. She played good. Satu Sabli, 3 of 12. Kalia Copper, 3 of 14. Their point guard, Monique Akau Makani, 1 of 7. Natasha Mack, 1 of 5. Mack, you are a center who only shoots layups. How are you going 1 of 5? This team is just, they're so inconsistent. How are Satu Sabli and Copper combining to go 6 of 26? That just cannot happen at home. Also, turnovers. I actually think they won the turnover battle. Let me double check. They tied the turnover battle. They won the rebound battle. They just shot 35% from the field and 26% from deep. You cannot do that. And most of their shots are wide open. You have AT at the point. She's going to get you in a position where you have an open shot. You just can't brick them. And that was about it. 2-player props. Emma Miesemann, PRA over 22.5. I blame Sabrina Ionescu. Miesemann, 11 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. That totals 20. She went 5 of 11 from the field. Did have a decent amount of turnovers, so I don't enjoy that. But Sabrina's just got to learn, give the ball to your role players who are playing well. Emma Miesemann is a former final MVP. You cannot be chucking the ball 4 of 15 from the field and just not giving it to your other teammates. Miesemann, 5 of 11. Jonquel, 4 of 7. Natasha Cloud, 6 of 11. Give it to someone who can actually shoot the ball that day. Like, I understand when Sabrina's on, she's on. Let me pull up her game log. Her most recent stats from the field. 4 of 15, 5 of 16, 2 of 9, and then you just go nuclear, 14 of 22, 11 of 20, 7 of 16, 12 of 22, 11 of 21. Like, she has to realize, when I'm on, I have the green light. When I'm off, I have 2 finals MVPs on my team. Give them the ball. It's just selfish ball from Sabrina. Then we had Rakia points over. I said question marks in the last video. I got it at 13.5 on FanDuel at minus 110. It didn't matter what I got it at because she lost. She finished with 9 points. I think 2 of 10 from the field, if I remember. Let me pull it up. Oh, sorry. 3 of 12. God, that is bad. So she got the shot attempts. She just could not put the ball in the hoop, shooting at 25% from the field today. All right. That's got to be the longest recap I've ever done. But it was a pretty frustrating day in the WNBA, so I feel like it was warranted. Let's get on to the one game we have for tomorrow. All right, the only game we got, it is the Connecticut Sun at the Golden State Valkyries, really treating us to some high-quality Monday night basketball. Thank you, WNBA. I love this. Sun, they're in a back-to-back, headed from Las Vegas to Golden State. Not that bad of a travel spot, but it is still travel. I just don't trust this Valkyries team laying double digits at home. Just simply not a good enough team to do that. Sun are coming off of a close-ish loss against the Aces. They let them score a bajillion points, but it was really just Asia, Jewel, and Jackie Young. The Valkyries don't have that quality of players, so I'm not too concerned about them being able to stop them to that extent. I did like how Aaliyah Edwards looked off the bench. Not sure what her minutes are going to be like, considering it's a back-to-back. You have Tina Charles. Do you really want to play her in a back-to-back in a spot like this? Not really sure what they're going to do with their rotation. I still trust them, though. I like their bench. They're young. The Valkyries 15-15 on the year, coming off of a 13-point home win against the Sparks. That game was just weird though. Sparks couldn't hit anything. I don't think it was them playing well, more though the Sparks playing like utter dog shit. They have already played the Sun twice this year, and it's gone two completely different ways. The first time they played in Golden State, the Valkyries won by 24. The second game they played in Connecticut, and the Valkyries lost by 29. Injury report currently clean besides Kayla Thornton, who was again out for the season. I will double check that though. They've been tossing up questionable tags on Monique Billings, Xanda Lassini. You can find Tiff Hayes randomly sitting out games from time to time just based on her age and how she feels. So I would not bet this game early. I would bet it an hour before tip, before you see both lineups, because you don't know if Tina's going to play in a back-to-back. You don't know what's going on with Aaliyah Edwards, if she's going to move into the starting unit. Anissa Morrow only played 12 minutes. I'm not sure if she got injured tonight because I wasn't watching the game, but maybe she's out. So you don't really know what's going to go on. I would check the injury report, see where the line moves, and then hit the Sun if they still got some players in the game. All right, now we got player props. I don't have any lines yet because the Sun game just ended, and we're not going to get them probably till middle of the night or early tomorrow morning. I will take Veronica Burton, her PRA, over whatever it is. Coming off of a really good home game against the Sparks, dropping 16-5-5. Her other two games against the Sun this year have been really bad. Veronica Burton's kind of a pain in the ass to play basketball against. She's feisty. She'll get in your face. She'll yell at you. I'm very intrigued to see her and Marina Mabrey go to battle again. It's always funny when they do. They get in a yelling match. They push and shove. It's pretty entertaining. So I'll take her PRA over. She's had two bad games against him. I think this is a solid revenge spot, and the Sun should have some tired legs. Next person I'm going to take, Sanaya Rivers. I'm going to take her points over. Unfortunately, ESPN does not have an updated headshot of Sanaya, so that is her headshot from at least 2 years ago at NC State. So why they don't have an updated one, I don't know. Sanaya coming off of a really good game against the Aces. She dropped 17 points, and that was off of the bench. She might be able to slide into the starting lineup. It'll probably be her or Aaliyah. I think Anissa Morrow must be hurt because she only played 12 minutes, and I don't see why she would only play 12. And then, like I said, Tina Charles might get restricted minutes. Maybe Mabrey even gets restricted minutes on a back-to-back. At this point, the season's done. There's no real point in chucking them out there for 30 minutes again. You're 5-25. Your season's over. So I'll take the youngin, Sanaya Rivers, points, whatever you can get it at. All right, that is going to do it for me in this video. I apologize it was so long, but I just needed to rant about the absolute nonsense we saw today. All right, appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.